All right, what's up, you guys? UFO Proof here. All right, well, we're back. We had a little bit of a false start, but we got it all taken care of now. It should be going live to the public, and everybody should be able to see us on YouTube. So I will go put a link in the comment section on YouTube. So if you want to come and help us review this, feel free. I think we're going to select just a number of people to do the review, and then we'll have an opening for everybody to come on and discuss it. So let's get that let's get the link up and over in YouTube so everyone can come. Well, the people who are designated to come on and join us, and I will as soon as we're up. There we go. What up, Alex? What up, Sean? And boom, there is the link. Let me go and get one for Shill. Oh, there's Sergeant Shill right there.
What's up?
Hey, what up, brother?
Hey, not much. How you doing?
Good. You okay? So, that's how did you get the link for this one?
You put it in the comments section.
Oh, okay. You didn't give me click on. I see. Okay. Because I was looking at your the app, and it shows that you're on your camera. I was like, oh, okay. Well, that's why. I see. So, can you guys in here? What's up, Smooth Virus? Golfman, how you doing, buddy? Just got notification on YouTube, Kyle. All right, sweet, man. Hopefully the damn notification's going out, man. What's going on, Harry Toe?
Yeah, I didn't get a notification.
You didn't?
No, not on my phone. No.
See, that fucking pisses me off, dude. Let's like fucking, and they wonder why my views are so low. It's because they refuse to fucking put out, send out a notification to all my subscribers. You know, it's like, what the fuck, YouTube?
Yeah.
And they come to me and they bitch, and they're like, dude, I'm not getting your notifications. What the fuck? I'm like, well, you're not supposed to be fucking YouTube's job.
Yeah.
No fuck, man, you know?
How's my audio coming through?
What's up, Theodore?
How's my audio coming through?
What's up? Oh, that sounds great, man.
Yeah.
You got notified on YouTube? Excellent. What's up, Paul?
Yeah, I didn't get the notification. I have it running on YouTube right now, but I still should have got the notification.
Yeah, you should still got notified, man.
Yeah.
All right. So
that's the first time though. It's usually pretty good about getting me the notifications.
Is Sean getting on here, or is he still we have to wait? Is he still working?
That's right. He said he had to work a later shift or something.
Yeah. Fuck, what time does he work till? 9 o'clock? What happened to Theodore? We lose Theodore?
But he should be all right. I'm sure this is going to go quite a period of time. The podcast of Joe Rogan itself is an hour and 40.
Yeah, so I don't think I'm going to be doing the whole...
No, we'll jump around. I've got some timestamps marked out of interest. Some already like preset, like, you know, like a 4 minutes 35, you know, shit like this. You know, some points, and I'm sure you took some notes too, along with whoever's going to be joining us. So
no, as a matter of fact, I didn't actually get a chance to watch it. I only got the chance to watch about half hour of it, and then I figured we were going to, since we were just going to watch it together today.
Yeah. You give your like reaction, almost a reaction video.
Correct. Since we're going to be reviewing it, I'll be able to stop and chime in on stuff like that. Not like it's already you know, like scripted out. Like I'm fucking like watching this basically for the first time, except for like the first half hour. And I was really tired watching that, dude, but it was pretty good. So, all right, everybody. Well, Smooth, you guys. And
don't forget your little lower third there, buddy.
Yeah, I'm worried about it blocking the screen for people. Let me see.
No, you're good. It'll show. Yeah, you're good. Yeah.
We good? All right, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, let me take a look at it, what this looks like now. I'm gonna get myself up on screen. All right, boom. All right, perfect. Okay, so let's go ahead and start this review of Joe Rogan. All right, let's see.
Oh, we got Theodore on board with us, Kyle.
I see that. All right.
Because earlier you posted the link for me to watch that video.
Correct.
And I will tell you this, that I wasted 2 hours of precious time in my life that I will never get back.
Tell us how you really feel. Fucking Theodore don't fuck around. He goes right to the punchline.
Yeah, he goes right to the fucking punchline.
It's one.
Oh, dude, your audio is so shit.
Who's talking?
That was Jen.
Oh, Gyro. Oh man, Gyro, you got to change your name, dude.
Nah, you got it.
All right, here we go.
I always love Arpel because someone will call in and say, "I'm a werewolf," and, and you go, "Oh my, interesting."
Is this right at the beginning?
This line, son of a bitch.
Just let you ramble. Hit time traveler lines. Love that, people. Loved it. I never.
What's going on, Arthur? How you doing, brother?
So you're obsessed with UFOs, right?
Good, Mr. Proof. Good to see you.
Is that safe to say?
Hey, let's throw on mute, everybody.
Not so much just
Yeah, keep your microphones on mute, you guys.
I don't call them that anymore. We call these advanced aerial threats. They're different, but threats. You honed in on a word we weren't supposed to really get into here.
You honed in on a word we weren't supposed to get into. Why the fuck did you say that fucking word, dude? He does this throughout the whole the beginning at least, where he's like, I don't want to talk about this. Well, we shouldn't do it. Yeah, you fucking.
The first
sorry.
No, do you have a plan? I have a very long.
It's right around the 4.5 minute. Joe already starts to drill down on him.
Or what?
It's like in and around 4 minutes that Joe Rogan starts to drill down on him right away, man. Like, I mean, he don't hold back.
Well, let's get to it. Let's see.
Okay, what do you want to talk about when it comes to your body? Well, my body is interesting. It's unique. Okay,
Yeah, right.
Literally could fly around and grab a Coke out of someone's hand and put it in someone else's hand. It's really, where are you getting this from? Well, take a wild guess. Look at the people I'm surrounded by, you know. So the people you're surrounded by are telling you this? Is that what it is?
No.
Well, I don't want to get into that, but people I'm surrounded with and myself, are very close to this stuff. But the physics, the physicist that's a co-founder of my company, To the Star, he's a Nobel nominee. He wrote the book on plasma physics. What's his name? Dr. Hal Puthoff. And he created remote viewing. You know what remote viewing is?
Yeah. Oh,
He's
Jesus
the
Christ.
The CIA psychic spy program, but he also has done really exotic, advanced forefront propulsion work for the past decades and decades, actually.
All right. So everyone go ahead and turn off your mics for a second. I want you guys to chime in on this. This motherfucker said he's a physicist, and he developed remote viewing. All right. I'm just saying, did he just lose all credibility with you guys like he did with me?
Well,
I don't care.
how
physics, he just lost all credibility. I don't even know the fucking guy.
Hal
have one thing to say.
Hal Puthoff did.
Boys.
Hal Puthoff did work with the remote viewing program, though.
Yes,
I
he
believe
did.
I'm saying he fucking lost all credibility with me by fucking saying that and then saying he's a Nobel Prize physicist, it's like, dude, you're a physicist, what are you doing with this whole remote viewing fucking, he just lost credibility with me. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
and I'm not saying that it's fake. There's no evidence to suggest that it's out for a reason. But.
You notice how he starts name dropping right away.
Oh yeah,
Yes, I do, and that's what I was saying. You look at him. He's all shifty. I mean, I've dealt with some con men, for fuck's sake. I lived in Las Vegas for fucking a long time.
Oh, he's coked out.
Yeah, this guy here, he's so twitchy that fucking I would not even allow. I probably wouldn't even talk to him. To be honest with you, I would toss him from chains and tell him to fuck off away from my car.
Dude.
But he's so twitchy, and he starts dropping names. He starts fucking stammering and stuttering when Joe Rogan asks him the real questions that really matter. This guy starts backpedaling or sidesteps it. However you want to look at it.
He's
the question, like, well, I don't know about all that.
You're gonna notice he always deflects. He's very shifty. He's all coked out and on opiates, man. You see him doing this body scratches and everything. But anyway, let's continue. Otherwise, we're gonna get nowhere.
Here, let's keep it going, you guys.
Does anybody here remember men staring at goats?
Back on mute, please.
He's the one that actually told me about the red shift. Yeah.
And so they have experienced this physically, or is
The
this
red
just
shift.
theoretical, or they know that it exists? Like,
The technology?
yes.
I believe that the technology not only exists, we've figured out how to play with it, but I'm not going to really get into that here. What that is what we're doing at my company, though. That is the
And on the
announcement.
shield, put
So
yourself on mute, please.
Steve Justice was advanced programs at the Skunk Works, and the Skunk Works are who built, you know, the famous secret bases you hear about. Skunk Works did, you know, the U-2 spy plane, the SR-71 Blackbird, the F-117 stealth fighter, and
It's all Groom Lake out there,
all
right?
that kind of stuff. And he literally was in charge of all the advanced programs. So, you know, you got the boss and you got him. And he came, he just finished his career over there within the past 2 months, I think it is. And he was on stage with me when we came out and said, we're going to be building one of these things.
So when you say that all this technology exists, have they explained this to you, or have you seen it physically?
Oh, I haven't seen anything physically like that. I wouldn't be allowed to go anywhere if that does or doesn't exist.
So they've just explained to you that this exists. The hands of the U.S. government? Is that what this?
I think no. I don't want to get into that kind of stuff, but if you don't mind.
But why is it that you want to not get into certain things?
Well, I don't want to speak. You know, I represent more than myself these days,
Right.
so I definitely have to watch what I say.
We must be in and around the 548 mark. He's already starting that deflection.
Yeah, I'm in around 657, but he's been deflecting since this fucking thing came on, man. I just this is blowing my mind, man. Let's keep it going though.
You say you represent more than yourself.
The team that I'm with. So when you look at the people that are a part of my company, it's Undersecretary of Defense and Senior Intelligence Service.
Well, like that we could see.
Oh, yeah. I thought that you guys would have had that.
Yeah, but I mean, is there like a list where folks can see it online?
Yeah, they can go to thestarsacademy.com and scroll down, and you'll be able to see who they all are. So
how did you get linked up with all these people?
that story might be a better way to start, because a lot of people don't know this part of the story. I think you're going to find it pretty odd as well. But okay, so we'll back up a couple years. So
Watch, he gets played the same way as Stephen Greer gets played.
And then but we always had a weird
He
band
tells the
relationship
story.
with most bands. And we also thought that we would never be big, so we started companies on the side. And I had a company that incubated a lot of small startups, like software and apparel and hardcore skate surf companies and stuff like that. Well, I learned a lot from that, and I pulled out an entertainment startup called To the Stars. And I knew I was going to be doing kind of like science fiction franchised stories, just like Disney, but science fiction for adults. And what that means is, I make a story, I title it, I brand it, and I put out the book, and I put up merchandise, and I go make a movie, and it's a vertically integrated kind of model. Well, one of the stories I knew I wanted to put out was Secret Machines, which was kind of a historical fiction, but based on real events about the UFO phenomenon. But I also knew that I knew shit.
What the fuck is this asshole rambling about, dude? Get to the fucking point, man.
He's trying to make it so convoluted that you want to listen to the end. You know, there's not shit to listen to.
Yeah, the fact is,
Kyle.
So
the fact is, he can't explain how they came to him. That's the truth. He's trying to invent an explanation.
You're absolutely correct.
It's funny that you stopped it there, because it's right around in my notes. I had wrote down in my notes, his deflecting of answers is causing him to bounce all over the place. And you're going to start seeing that, how he skips from bam, bam, bam. And it's just a real interesting tell, in my opinion.
I agree.
You just keep saying that you can't answer it, though, so he has to deflect by answering something else.
Yeah, but you know what? I think he doesn't know anything, and he's just been.
Flew around to places.
Dude, he is geeked out of his mind.
I can't
Dude.
say who they were, but
He did way too much blow before this interview.
He did so much
Look at his
stuff.
goddamn pupils. I'm a fucking worthless drunk and a stoner doing it wrong. But look at his eyes, for fuck's sake, man. I was laughing so hard about this, I almost pissed myself this afternoon.
Nah.
no, I can't tell you who it's from.
Oh, you can't tell me who
so
it's
then I
from.
go out.
Are you next to the Pentagon? So you just flew to the Pentagon?
I flew out to Pentagon City. Yeah. So, dude, this
Were you
gets
freaking out?
I'll tell you when I started freaking
What the
out.
fuck is Pentagon City?
It's way worse. This is nothing. So that started me out near DC taking some other high level meetings, and there was somebody at a very high level that closed the door, looked me in the eye, and says, "Okay, I'm going to introduce you to somebody." And that person comes to San Diego, puts me on the phone with a general, and the general is listening to my little stump speech about what I want to do with this franchise, because I definitely didn't want to, I wasn't looking to like force disclosure, and I wasn't looking to be rogue.
You know he's lying because he doesn't say the name of General blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And you guys are doing a kick-ass job, and I would have done the exact same thing should I have been the guy at the top that had to make some really hardcore decisions 70 years ago. So I want to support you. I think people are cynical because there's a vacuum. You guys can't say what you're doing. So coming up with a bunch of bullshit to say, oh, they don't want us to know, or we can't handle it, or it's all about oil and money and all this weird shit.
You would put these pieces together independently.
I did.
So based on books that you read?
Yeah, people think people think that like places like the CIA and the DIA, all these intelligence organizations have a monopoly on information. They don't. They get their information from the real world too. They do have access to archives of information. They do have access to some amazing satellite data and stuff like that. But if you're smart and you take your time, you know where to look, and you find patterns, you can pretty much.
Can you pause it?
Kind of, and that's what I did. And
can I just say and ask you do you think he's totally full of shit or just partially full of shit?
That's what I wanted to talk about.
I think that he's telling the truth. I don't think he's full of shit at all. I think he's telling the truth, and he's getting fucking played. And for the stuff that he's like what he's doing, like how this came about, I think he's telling the truth. But the bullshit comes in when he starts trying to talk about stuff that doesn't exist. All right. So he's saying it does when it in fact doesn't. This technology that we know to exist, but I've never seen it and no one's ever told me about it. I just believe it does because I read it in a book somewhere.
Yeah.
That's fucking, well, I mean, this is the problem with fucking ufology, man.
But what if it is real?
Say it again.
What if it is real?
One more time, just one at a time.
What does that mean? What if it's real? Like all of it's real, or just the technology's real?
Let's just say the TR3Bs are real, and that he somehow got tangled up with them for whatever reason. Even if he's getting partial disinformation, like Linda Moulton Howe, she has good stuff and she has whacked out shit because of that Doty.
Yeah.
Well,
so what if that's Doty in this scenario?
I think.
What is your question?
I think he believes what he's saying. Okay. I think he's getting a lot of disinformation and bullshit, but I don't think he's getting it anywhere where he thinks it is. I think it's maybe a few people that are off a little in left field that are feeding him some stuff and all that. But he makes constant references to his book and throughout and everything. He's also marketing, man. He's doing it as a business move as well, man. It's a money move. Like, let's be honest here.
All right, let's keep it going. I want to hear this.
So when I picked what I wanted to do, he said, come up and meet me tomorrow. And so I flew up to NASA, actually, NASA Ames, at a 2-hour meeting there. And after 2 hours, that person says, he looks me in the eyes, I'm going to introduce you to someone else. And he did. And so I got on the phone with this person, and this person, go, I'm a skeptic. And then at the end of the conversation, he goes, fly out and see me. And so I did. And that's when things really started happening. So I fly out to this airport, and I sit at a table in a restaurant at the airport. No one's in there. And this gentleman sits down, and the waiter comes up. He waves off the waiter, and he looks me in the eye and says, it was the Cold War, and we found a life form. And that's when I start shitting my pants, because I know a lot about this stuff, but you always wait to talk to somebody.
That's kind of cool.
That is one of the inside people. You always want to have.
So he sits down at a restaurant with you at the airport and tells you that they found a life form.
Yes.
Cold War?
During the Cold War, and everything that they did And every decision they made at the time was because of the consciousness of the Cold War.
Why has this guy decided to meet with you at an airport?
Because the only way you meet with these people, the only way you ever would have anyone talk to you is if you can provide a service that they need.
Mm-hmm.
And my service was pretty interesting to them because I said, look, you guys, you know, you struggle with saying disclosure. You want to tell everybody everything, which I don't think everyone should know everything. And then you say they can't handle it, so don't tell them anything, you know. And I'm like, there's a middle road there, and here's the way I would do the middle road, and it resonated with them, you know. And so we had a pretty epic conversation for like 2 hours.
Why you? Like, why? What is it about what your message was?
Because
what your idea was that made them want to tell you some top secret shit that they've tried to keep away from the American people. Well, you take a guy who's like a big celebrity who's in a huge rock band like you, and you just say, hey, meet me at an airport. I'm going to tell you about a life form that we found during the Cold War because you're famous or because you know things?
No.
I'm just
Thank
saying,
you, Joe Rogan.
About the Cold War. He's like, you know, during the Cold, how fucking long was the Cold War? What was that, fucking 40 years? You know, 50 years? I mean, fucking how long was it? Thanks for the fucking timeline, dude. I'm fucking all right.
Well, Kyle, here's the thing that bothers me, and I watched this thing several times this afternoon. In fact, I even stopped drinking until a little bit ago. But the thing that bothers me most is I've traveled a lot, and I've been to a shit ton of airports, and I can tell you I was in LAX at X, fucking eatery, and this guy here, he comes up with, I was at an airport, and we were at a restaurant. He can't give you the fucking name of anything. Not in his books, not in any of his memoirs, nothing. And to me, that strikes weird because you look at every artist, every rapper, every singer, whatever the fuck you want to call them, and they will tell you, yeah, I talked to so-and-so at such and such, restaurant, and he can't do that. He can't give you any of that information. He can't tell you where he was, who he met with, at which airport.
I don't think that's really such a big deal in this whole big picture of this interview, though.
Yeah, I mean, like just the minor details and stuff like that on, specifically, I was at Red Robin, fucking, it's like, I guess it's not really too relevant to the main point, but that he's getting it. Like, I wouldn't mind knowing who told him this. Now that's the main point, who the fuck's telling him this,
Exactly.
Can you tell me where he's from? What department is he in? Yeah, you don't have to give me his name, but tell me who's got control. What department is this? What division does he work for? So we can say, okay, it was the Navy, it was the Army, it was the Air Force, it was CIA, it was FBI, it was who? Something.
The part that's coming up shortly there when he's going to talk about where he was interrogated for 2 days. I mean, that is so fucking full of shit. I'm telling you right now.
Don't tell us about stuff that's going to happen.
Well, it's coming in
alert.
Well, it's coming like in this segment of the conversation. I just didn't want to interrupt it when you played it. That's all.
Oh, all right. Let's see what
Kyle.
Yeah, because I have a service, so it's not.
Yeah.
Just a side note. How many times did you look up and to the left? It's like a hallmark of lying.
It's because he's looking at the on-screen
Pay attention on that.
Yeah, probably know he's looking at the monitor.
Yeah.
Now, I watched Joe Rogan enough. Usually it's to his right where he's sitting.
He's looking at a teleprompter.
Just a side note.
Yeah,
Joe Rogan is straight across from
you might be right there, bro.
Now there's Jamie to his left, and there's a monitor to his right.
But let's keep
easy
it
when
going.
you play it like that, but a service. Like, what can you do for them? Okay, that they need help with, and what could you do? Communication.
Because Jamie is to his left.
A book. They don't have a way to make documentaries. They don't have a way to go on a big show like this and communicate with young people. They don't do that, and nor should they. You got to look at what they're doing.
So they look to you for a spokesperson role?
I wouldn't say spokesperson role.
Communication role?
A communication role. It makes more sense.
So they would give some information to you, and you would get it out to people. And now, why wouldn't they do it themselves? Because they wouldn't have the same platform. They don't have access to the same platform you would have.
And the other reason is people have tried to do movies and stuff like this, but none of them know. I was fortunate enough to know the core story, and most people don't.
Let's explain that then, if you don't mind going back. Like you said, you were able to put things together that other people weren't. What are those things?
essentially, it's the book Secret Machines, where you have a lot of private finance, you have some world bankers, and you have a lot of people internationally working together to figure out a plan of how to push back against something that's been coming here for a very long time, but using off the books finances and using mechanisms that we're not totally aware exist. And what people have to realize is, you know, the UFO phenomenon isn't a phenomenon. There's the universe is fucking gigantic, and there's life everywhere, every fucking where, and there's a lot of life that's way more advanced than we are. And just like Voyager left our solar system, a little dinky satellite from the 70s, and just like my company is going to be building, you know, this electromagnetic craft that really can do the same thing to time that I've been telling you about, have that too, which means you can traverse those distances of space. And what you have to think about is what happened when we first discovered that, and what did we do about it. And there's no, you know, you got to look at 47 in a very peculiar way. 90 days after the Roswell event, the CIA was created, the Air Force was separated from the Army, the National Security Act was created, and all those things are mechanisms to start learning more and to start getting private industry off the ground.
So that had nothing to do with World War II. You think it had to do with aliens?
Oh, I absolutely think it. Well, both, because what
World War II was. I'm sorry,
crap.
Joe. I'm sorry, but Joe Rogan's a fucking moron. World War II had been over for fucking 2 years by then. All right, so he's like, you don't think it had something to do with World War II? Oh, fucking yeah, I'm sure it had fucking stuff to do with the fact that we were in a war, but the war had been over for 2 years, which we won. We dominated with an ultimate weapon that nobody else on Earth owns. So I'm just saying that we were living it up back then, dude. We were like, oh, we're the shit, and that can't nobody fucking touch us. Russia wasn't even close to building a bomb. We're like, yeah, we're the fucking shit, dude. We run everything now, you know. So I don't know, you know, come on,
Foo Fighters, but Joe, he gets facts mixed up often.
After Roswell was, I believe it was German from Argentina, but it had hallmarks and technology based on alien technology. So we put out a story saying it's alien, and then we put out a story saying it's
who's not on mute. All right, thank you.
But the real thing it was, we didn't want anyone to guess, and that's why we put those two things out there. And that's kind of how they do it. I think they did that with the moon. It's like, you know, we went to the moon, and then they put out this meme kind of thing like we didn't go to the moon, but I didn't want people really going, well, what's on the moon? That, you know, so these things are managed until they can figure it out, because you got a bunch of normal dudes in suits sitting at a big table like this, and it's their fucking responsibility to figure this thing out. And this shit is monumentally big.
So how have they managed this then?
How
these regular dudes without access to communication like you have, how have they managed to disseminate this information and sort of confuse everybody?
I think, well, I can tell, I don't know how they did it. I do know that they infiltrated UFO groups. That was the very first thing they did in the 50s.
Sort of like how FBI agents and undercover cops infiltrated Occupy Wall Street, tended to be radical hippies and started fights.
Yep, they did that. They get access to what the civilians are learning, how information transfers from one group to another, and then they start deflecting all their knowledge and putting in leaks and this and that, and getting them off the main track, not because of disdain for citizens, and not because of any other reason than picture ISIS. We don't know what ISIS is. They got a nuclear bomb, and we caught a guy trying to sneak in this bomb. Are they going to stop and come sit on your couch and tell you all about it? No. And if you're like on the radio and there's all these people going, oh my God, we're going to die, a bomb, a bomb, a bomb. They'll hold up a second, you know, you're not going to fucking die, but we need to learn more about this, and we got to figure it out before we sit down and talk to you about it.
So what was the connection, though, specifically that you had figured out, that they knew that you had figured out, that other people hadn't put together?
Well, let me go back to my story. So I put out this book, and this book deals with
what's the book called again?
Secret Machines. And it deals with secret, international finance.
Damn, you hear my fucking computer
industry,
running?
A secret space program, and a bunch of other things. What do you mean? I was just looking at my ears, watching video.
Mute the microphone.
25 years of listening to fucking dude. What the fuck, dude? I'll make sure all my shit's closed down. It's running fucking loud as hell. Because I ain't got my fan on here either, dude. Maybe I'll pull it off. Can you guys hear that hum from the fan?
Yes.
Fine.
Is it okay?
Yeah, not too bad though. It's not interfering.
All right.
Keep going, man. It's not that bad.
And all that kind of weird shit. You know, you put it together. A lot of it's bad information, but after a long time, I just realized what was going on. I studied enough of international finance, some mechanisms that happened after World War II, what the Nazis were doing technologically that no one really talks about to this day. They were 100 years ahead of us about what their guys did at the end of the war in South America. That's in the paperclip. Paperclip was like, there's two levels of paperclip. Paperclip is the operation that brought over all these ex-Nazis into NASA and into all of our aerospace programs. Why did we do that?
Well, I wouldn't particularly call them Nazis. You know, they were scientists who the Nazis took over and were like, you work for us now. But they were just scientists, you know.
There's a difference.
Okay,
I'm going to pause this real
I do
quick
have some
and,
comments relative to this.
Hang on. I'm going to pause this real quick. Look at fucking Alex's new fucking hoodie, dude. How baller is that shit, dude? It's fucking sick,
Bling,
brother.
bling.
Fucking pimp.
Right there, bro.
Look at that shit, dude. Oh, that's fucking baller, dude.
He's
So
pimping
far-
them
They
bitches.
just said my hoodie shipped 2 days ago.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
I'm sorry.
Ugly Alex.
So far we have men staring at goats.
So
Okay.
go ahead, Theodore.
What?
Go ahead, Theodore.
I said so far we have men staring at goats. Okay, we have a beautiful mind.
Get yourself closer to your mic.
Okay.
No one can hear you, man.
I'm saying so far we have men staring at goats. Do you know that movie?
Yes, we know the movie.
And a beautiful mind about a schizophrenic who thinks he sees things and has meetings.
Yeah, we know the movie.
Okay. Well, yeah, because it's the only way to explain some of the things he's saying. But I will tell you that the most important thing that the Germans brought to the United States after World War II, the high technology from the German engineers, is the tampon. The
Is the
ability
what?
to absorb the blood in and contain it in a cotton container. And that was the most important thing brought from Germany and the German engineers of Hitler's Germany.
Theodore, I'm sorry, Theodore, can you say it again? What was the most important thing that we got from Nazi Germany?
The tampon.
Theodore, are you seriously like trying to troll or what? Like this has nothing to do
No,
with
I'm telling you.
Did you just say a fucking
this has nothing to do with what's going on right now.
What the fuck is
No,
this asshole talking
All right, hey,
about?
let's just continue because otherwise we're going to be here till 4 in the morning.
What this guy's saying is
What
bullshit.
I just want to say one thing. I know the tampon was a fantastic invention. I mean, they invented beavers a long time ago. But what about Crisco? I mean, Crisco is what they used to axle grease the subs, and later on they handed it out to people.
All right. Stay on subject.
Yeah,
Let's
he's
continue with the
gone, don't worry.
video.
Fuck that idiot.
Well, because they knew some shit that was very important.
What?
And we said there might be a bigger issue out there to deal with, so why don't we side with the devil or side with someone bad because there might be a devil out there. It's that kind of thinking. So they come
I
in.
thought it was about competing with Russia to try to advance rocketry.
I believe that there was, I believe that there's a reason why the Cold War never got hot. It's because we were working with Russia on this specific issue.
You think the reason why the Cold War never turned into an actual war? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
So it had nothing to do with the fact that Russia was a communist empire and essentially we
No, it did.
outspent them and they really
It did.
went under and collapsed.
Yeah, but there's different levels. It's like when someone goes, the U.S. government did this. Well, what do you mean? What does that mean? Does that mean the CIA did it, or the DOD did it, or Homeland?
The fucking idiot Theodore, man. What do you fucking say, dude? Fucking the most important thing they brought over is tampons, dude. This fucking jackass, man. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
It's garbage.
I'm sorry, Theodore, but fuck you, dude.
Warning. What you're about to see is accurate.
All right, let's get this fucking ad. All right, so we're gonna jump up a little bit, man.
I could understand.
Yeah, I want to jump up a little bit on this real quick.
That was
See where we're at.
And they're looking at this guy from the skunk works, and just going, how the fuck?
I couldn't understand what he was trying to, what kind of message he was trying to convey.
I don't fucking care. He's an idiot.
It's possible. It's possible. Yeah, that's it. There.
Advanced electrogravitic propulsion. Is that how you say that?
Electrogravitic.
Gravitic.
So what that does, what the machine does that we're building is there's an electromagnetic wave that is the foundation of everything, of all mass, of everything. Like some people call it 0-point energy. Some people call it the vacuum energy. But like 1 inch of air could power the United States for like hundreds of years, kind of thing.
This guy's an idiot.
So what they got to do is isolate very specific atoms to where all the noise of all matter and cell phones and everything that's going on Earth can be separated from this one atom. And if you can do that with the right material, you can get access to that electromagnetic wave that's powering the atom, the invisible wave pattern that's under everything of all existence.
This is really interesting because it's on the same principle as Bob Lazar's drive system.
It's extraordinarily dangerous, but it's also what will turn that thing on.
Well, no, because it would have been kind of because electromagnetic it has the same to do with the other forces, so like gravity, which had to deal with the gravity A wave and B wave, which is a strong force in the nuclear.
They play the interview. They play the interview. They play the interview with Bob Lazar, and it matches exactly what he says here.
Okay, what he's saying here is is electromagnetic,
Electrovitics.
Yeah, not fucking the strong or the weak nuclear force or the strong nuclear force.
If you want, what he talks about, what he's saying, he's saying the wave of the energy behind the atom, and as it's getting bombarded, that energy magnetic wave is what it is. That's what he's saying, and that's what Bob Lazar says in the video. They're playing a few. They play the video from Bob Lazar. That's exactly what he says.
Yeah, he says the same thing.
It's about 15.
Yeah, the one is a strong nuclear force is what Bob Lazar is talking about.
Element 1.
Okay, well, you'll see when they play the video from Bob Lazar. He says the exact same thing as he's saying right now.
Do you know the time?
Hold on. I believe at 44-minute mark it starts the Bob Lazar section.
Don't you think it?
Oh, okay. Here we go.
This is where they'll start talking about Bob Lazar in detail.
It's not. That's pretty big. I would think that one's about 40 feet.
Really?
Hang on, I gotta back this up a little bit.
The vast majority of the people just listen to this show. So for the people that are just listening and you want to go check it out, TR-38 Astra Aurora Project USAF.
Okay.
3B, sorry.
This video right here.
Secret machine.
CGI.
This is what
Just before this is where Joe calls them bullshit.
Hang on, man. Okay, I made a video debunking this exact same UFO video. In fact, when I read his article in one of the magazines about an interview with him, he's pointed to this exact video and said this is why he believes in UFOs. And I'm like, I'm sorry, dipshit. It's fucking fake. It is a CGI, which is a fucking computer-generated image. He's a fucking moron, and he's like, "Oh yeah, this proves it. This proves nothing except they're stupid."
This is not saying the video is real, but what he's seen is that, and that's the only type of thing that he can point to say like, "This is what I see."
So he's using it as a way to show, like, to depict what he actually saw. Okay.
This is where Joe Rogan's actually saying it's full of horse shit. If you rewind it like about 10, 15 seconds.
All right, here, hang on. I'll rewind it a couple minutes.
Astra, the TR-3B, Astra TR-3B.
Right here.
And I'll walk over there. Can I walk over there for a second? I'll show them which one it is. Here's my one. Yeah. So we can all talk to each other?
Sort of.
So what you want to do is come down here. And do your people get to...
They'll be able to see it. We'll put it up on the screen.
So what this is... well, I don't really want to tell you what it is, but I want you to watch it. Don't find it for you. This is the craft, by the way. And right, Astro. That's why. Sorry, Astro. Astro, not Astro. You're typing it out.
We're looking on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. If you're in your car right now going, what the fuck is going on in the show? The vast majority of the people just listen to the show. So for the people that are just listening and you want to go check it out, TR38 Astra Aurora Project.
It's TR38. It's TR3B. It's fucking Joe. You dipshit.
This is the craft.
The Aurora Project, so this is comical.
This thing is floating in the air.
Joe Rogan plays dumb a lot too to get more information.
It'll take a few seconds until they turn on the internet.
Totally.
So make sure you put you guys' selves on mute, all
That
right?
looks pretty badass.
Oh, wait, you can see little lights dancing around on the bottom. But I think this was leaked on purpose because the guy's making it just hard enough to see, moving the camera around in and out of focus.
Yeah, right? Like it's got he's barely focusing. Boy, that looks like a drone.
No. See, he's not using it to describe what he saw. He thinks this is real. I'm sorry, but he thinks that's real.
Whoa.
You're taking him too literal. I don't think he thinks it is real.
I would think that one.
Yeah, he's totally.
Dude, it's too bad you didn't watch it before coming on.
In real life and doesn't have real evidence.
Technology that came from there, but they don't need vertical tail stabilizers.
What's that big light?
Okay, this is the engine. They turn it on. So right now they're accessing.
It's a real shame you didn't watch it before.
There's a pilot in that.
If that was in a movie, I'd want my money back.
He's calling it fake.
This movie can suck my dick.
Why?
It looks so fake.
Oh, you see that? Yeah.
Well, look fake. What is that? TR3B or
Yeah,
something real?
these
There's
ones.
another one.
This is the same one, but these ones are stacked, and that's a drone that came out of one.
That's
I
a
think.
drone
The small one is.
of the little thing that
Look
came
at
out the
this.
side.
This is another fake ass
You can
video.
look up Black Triangle UFO and find hundreds of these videos.
So these are people, like civilians, that are getting this from the ground. Filming this.
I don't know. I don't know where this one came from.
Jamie, but this is not the same account as the last video.
It's a different video.
Started up next. Probably highly
Okay.
viewed TR3.
Right. How many views does this have?
474,000.
Damn.
And there's hundreds.
There's so many people know now.
There's hundreds of these out there.
Oh, now it
But-
separates from the other one?
But everyone thinks
This is so fake.
it's alien, and that's not my belief.
So you think this is something along the lines like when they have the
He knows the
stealth bomb
videos is
program?
fake. Pretty sure he knows.
Robert Lazar, do you think that guy's real?
I'm putting out his autobiography.
So you do think he's legit?
You should read his book. Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. He's a fascinating character, right?
He is. His story's really interesting too. Where he really fucked up though. So for the people that don't know that are listening, he's a guy that came out. He's the reason we know about Area 51.
That's true.
He literally is the guy that broke the story.
So we're right around the 44-minute mark, I would imagine.
For a job, and during the interviews, they said we have another idea for you, and they put him in a place he claims had all these discs, and he was on a back engineering team as a physicist. But what happened was they rushed him in there because, per his story, they tried to cut into one of the propulsion devices and it exploded and killed a bunch of scientists. So the Nevada test site, which is the area where Area 51 and all that stuff is, released a statement that they were just doing a small little nuke test, but it was really because of this thing. And so they rushed him in there without doing all of his background checks because it takes 6 months to a year. And
What amazes me is he couldn't remember the name Los Alamos. He throws out JPL.
His wife was going a little haywire because he couldn't tell her what he was doing, and he would leave in the middle of the night. He'd be gone for a week, and she was getting fed up, and so she started having an affair. And so they're listening in on phone calls and checking him out, and they're kind of going, his home life is unstable. So they stopped calling him to come into work while they figure it out. He knows. I mean, he's working next to a guy with a machine gun. He knows that this is no fucking joke, and no one knows what he's been doing. He thought he did something wrong, so as the nervous individual he is, he runs to his friends and says, this is what I've been doing. This is what I've been working on. There's alien craft. It's over here at Groom Lake. And the tests are every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. And his wife goes, holy shit. And his friend goes, holy shit. And he goes, come on, I'll show you. So they drive 3 hours north of Vegas, outside on public land, and they videotape and watch these UFOs come up and be tested and dart around and disappear. And he goes, that's the one I'm working on. And it's almost like, well, how did you know what time? Because I'm working on it. I think it was 3 times. And on the third time, they got caught because I've been there. There's security that travels those mountains. You always hear about those guys out there in Area 51. When they caught him, they're like, holy fuck. He's like, what the fuck is he doing? You know, why is he telling everything? So he runs to the news station with George Knapp, who's another he's a host on Coast to Coast. And
he's a fucking journalist, you asshole.
And he just goes live on Las Vegas News. And it caught like wildfire across the world. And so then these guys grabbed him, put him in a room, put a gun to his head, and said, when we told you not to say anything, we didn't mean say everything, you know. And he got really scared. They started fucking with him. I was actually in a meeting 2 nights ago talking about some of the things he did. One of the things he did, he went to a gym. He didn't have access to a lot of guns, but for some fucking reason, he had like an Uzi. It was in his glove compartment. He goes to a gym and he comes out and his car doors are open. The glove compartment is open and the Uzi's just sitting on his chair. He got shot at on the freeway, and they erased a bunch of his records. And he's still to this day really nervous about it. He always claimed, for a while, he claimed he had part of, this is what I will say, he claimed the energy source was an element that was very heavy. And it was like unobtainium or something like that, 115 element. And 25 years ago, we talked all about it. And then literally 3 years ago, maybe 4, they added it to the periodic table. What is this stuff called again? I think
element
it's called unobtainium. It's element 115. It's on, and that's the other thing. People don't realize, oh, holy shit, 25 years ago, he says, this element comes from a binary star system, and it's really heavy. There's a certain isotope that's stable. They'll find it. And all of a sudden, I remember one day I was driving my car, and I heard it like I'm seeing that new element added to the periodic table. I was like, holy shit. You know? But pretty interesting. Crazy story. Yeah.
Well, they erased his what is the claim that they erased his educational record?
Well, I think he might have people. I don't know if I think this because I don't know. I never researched it, but people I know that have researched it think he might have kind of updated his resume a little bit, and maybe he didn't go to MIT.
Right. That was a claim, but they also said that he really did work for what's that lab in New Mexico?
Super chat.
JPL.
Yeah,
Super chat.
What is a super chat? Are you serious?
Whatever it was in New Mexico.
We're pausing this. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to check this out. We got a fucking super chat here, dude. Oh hell yeah, Harry Toe. Thank you for the super chat, man. Oh, fucking awesome, brother. You're the fucking man. Yes,
way to go, Harry Toe.
Show just to give you props, dude, for the fucking for the super chat. Thank you, dude. I watched the whole video. Tom DeLonge is crazy, like for real life crazy. I told you he was fucking crazy. I mean, the fucking when I did that first with Harry Toe, you remember when I did that first video on him? I'm like, this dude doesn't fucking know shit, dude. He's totally believing that these videos and these hoax videos are fucking real, and these are blatantly fake. I'm talking blatantly fake, dude. You know, fuck, dude. Oh my god, dude, it's fucking terrible.
Well, he started out by saying that his company that was doing all this shit was a sci-fi company.
Yeah, we're about to get to the Bob Lazar interview.
Yeah, I want to finish this what he's saying right here. To the
it found that he
propulsion
did work in the building, even though they tried to say that he didn't.
Oh, yeah,
so
maybe
that he did something with somebody, and however much of his story was true, always gets fishy when you find one thing that's not true, like that he didn't go to MIT. So, Stanton Friedman.
Yeah.
You know Stanton Friedman is? Yeah. Stanton Friedman, who's a very famous UFO researcher. He's one of the main guys arguing that Bob Lazar is full of shit.
Yeah. Super chat. Super chat. Super chat.
Fuck yeah, dude. Are you serious, dude? Oh, Alex. Oh, I gotta stop this. Sorry. Thank you for the fucking super chat, Alex. You're the fucking man, brother. Yes, I love it, dude.
What is up? What is up?
You do see.
That's the man in my lower left corner.
That's fucking right, dude. I love you, brother. Thank you, sir. Oh, yeah. Let's try not to cuss. Let's try that. Ah, fuck it. Just cuss all you want. No, he's right. Let's try not to cuss. But yes, thank you. You're a fucking man. Sorry I cussed again. All right, let's keep it going.
And he's actually writing a foreword on the book.
Oh my God, you guys, dude. There are 24 thumbs up and there are 0 thumbs down.
I could jump out of here and change that for you if you like, brother, but I don't think you want that.
That's not fucking right. Something's wrong.
That's awesome, man. No, let's keep going. Let's stay on track.
Yeah, something's not right, dude.
Yeah, listen, you had a love brigade come through and drop a whole bunch of hearts and bombs in the chat, and then your thumbs up went up.
That's because I'm here.
Oh, sweet.
They said it was from Unirock. Isn't Unirock someone that used to come in?
Yeah.
Unirock is a really good friend of mine, and I dropped your link on his server as well as mine and a few other people, Justin for the Truth, Justin for the Time to Play, and a few other people. So I'm happy to see the fucks actually showed up. So you can tell them I said they were assholes, and I love them.
Good deal. Good deal.
Right, guys, Anonymous Shield says you're an asshole, but he loves you. Let's keep this bitch going, all right?
8 Peabody Awards and Emmys and shit. But George Knapp, who I told you about, and he's just not like, he can speak for hours on that entire thing.
He's always on the Coast to Coast show, right?
Yeah, he does like a couple Sundays each month.
Yeah. Did you find that element? What is it? Element 115? Is that what it's called?
Popular Mechanics article about it.
Welcome Element 115. Now, what's your real name? Researchers create Element 115 in the lab for the second time over the first time.
Jiminy.
Super chat. Super chat. Super chat. Super chat.
Super chat. Serious? Oh, this is awesome, dude. I gotta see this. Hang on, where this come from? Let's see this, dude. Oh, dude. Hell yeah, Alex, you're the fucking man, dude. Thank you. I'm sorry I cussed again, but fuck, man, thank you. I just get excited sometimes. I can't help it. Yes, thank you, sir.
That's 2 hand jobs you owe him.
That's right, man. Absolutely, dude. Thank you so much, Alex. Hell yeah, brother. Isn't Alex on? He's on here with us, dude. Oh yeah, buddy. Was he running both on 2 different screens or something? Alex, it is shit, dude. Thank you, sir.
Alex is balling. You got like 10 computers running at once. You got 6 iPads. You got 6 cell phones for all his bitches and all his drug deals. Who knows?
You sneaky pimping bastard.
All right, you guys. Let's keep this bitch going. All right. Throw yourselves up on mute, please. Thank you, Alex.
Long ago, like that alone would make people want to.
What happened with everybody? Where'd everyone go?
All the stuff that he said. Well, first of all, we know that there is a Groom Lake. We know that there is an Area 51.
What the hell happened to everybody?
I'm here. You dropped like 5 people though. They just
I just watched.
Yeah, it just got booted. I guess they'll come back in.
They can't get booted. They all just dropped off at one time. Like,
Yeah, I know. I can't explain it. The only thing I can say is they could try coming back in.
I know you can't explain it. No one can explain what the fuck just happened. Fucking what the fuck, stupid fucking YouTube and their fucking god damn it, dude. Is live over? No, live's not over. What's going on? Hang on a second. Hang on.
No, you're still going. Let them try coming back in.
What happened? You guys, I'm trying to figure out what happened. Hang on, Sergeant. So put yourself on mute for a second, please. I don't know what happened, you guys. I just watched all like 5 of you dudes just fucking drop, dude. Like all at the same time. What's up, Dave? Alex, try to get back on here, man.
I'm back.
All right, Gyro's back on, man.
It just fucking cut off right away.
Yeah, put yourself on mute, please. Hey, yeah, can you put yourself on mute real quick, buddy?
I'm back.
All right, Sean. All right, Sean's back. I want to know what the fuck happened. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Tyler from the security team. I just hacked this Hangouts, and I just decided to boot everybody.
You weren't, but no one was booted. Get back on here. What the fuck's going on, man? Let's see.
The system probably got overloaded with all them super chat dollars, bro.
No.
It said call his.
Bye, Felicia. No one booted them out, dude. I don't know what happened. They just must have got dropped. Because you're able to still come back on here. You're still able to talk and chat and everything. So you can't be.
Yeah, I wasn't booted as in say that you fucking kicked me out. I just meant my internet dropped and kicked my ass right the fuck out.
It wasn't the internet. It wasn't the
yeah.
internet. It was something with Hangouts kicked 5 or 6 people out at once.
Yeah,
It just seemed to call his end.
Twice. Was it money? What the fuck? As soon as I gave it a second 25, it happened, right? What the fuck?
Not long after, but I think it was more the the bandwidth on Hangouts probably just took a fucking drop.
That's
and
what I'm thinking, dude. It's just the bandwidth, because you got 8 of us in here.
Yeah. Coincidence.
Killzog is saying Men in Black.
Fuck that. Let's keep it rolling, man. Keep it moving. Yeah.
It's the fucking Men in Black, dude.
Bro, they're outside your house in the van.
They're fucking they're sitting in a van, right outside my fucking house.
Fuck that.
All right,
keep
let's
it rolling,
keep
brother.
it going, dude.
One, we know they denied its existence, and so they wanted to expand the perimeter until they wanted to, because people would sit on a ledge and they would watch all these test flights of whatever the fuck they had, whatever it was they were doing, whether they're working on stealth bombers, whatever it was. People would film this, and so they wanted to expand the perimeter, a prohibited area, and so in doing so, they had to admit the existence of the base itself. I believe that was in the 90s, right?
It was in the 90s. They expanded the perimeter. Something else that the government had to do is they had to admit UFOs were real because there was some military people. Look at it. Yeah, he talks about 115 all through this.
What year is this, Jamie? Does it say the video on the bottom? When was this put up? This video.
Well, this one is 2015, but the video was taken on VHS.
Old as fuck.
This is like 1990, maybe.
It's on the Sci-Fi Channel. Back when it was spelled sci-fi.
Yeah, everyone.
FY.
Yeah.
That's old as fuck.
Yeah.
Play some of that though, because that dude's a trip. Because he's one of those weird guys where even if you're a skeptical guy, you listen to Bob Lazar talking like, this guy's obviously smart as fuck. Here we go.
Is in the top of the reactor. And the base of the reactor apparently is the small.
What's up, Mark?
Something similar to a cyclotron. It's a particle accelerator. A particle is accelerated to high speed and then deflected up a small tube, and it's aimed at the 115. This transmutes the 115, similar to the way we do that in a normal particle accelerator. This causes a reaction, a radiation emission that we really haven't seen before. It produces antimatter. This antimatter is guided down a tuned tube and reacts with a gas. When matter and antimatter react, they
annihilate
to 100% energy. This energy is converted, heat energy, is converted to electrical power in the reactor itself. This is done through a thermoelectric converter. And this electrical power is used to power other subsystems on the craft, though there is no wiring, as we would know it. Also, that's almost a byproduct of the reactor. The reactor also sets up a gravitational wave from the 115 being bombarded. This gravitational wave is present at the top of the reactor, and it is essentially guided in the same way microwaves are guided through tuned tube. And this goes to their amplifying cavities and to the projectors that are in the bottom of the craft.
God, I wish I was smart enough to know what that is.
You see what I mean? The gravity wave we were talking about earlier?
Yeah.
No, I'm telling you, I'm smart enough to know he's talking about bullshit right there. I don't know a whole lot, but quantum physics is where I excel.
What?
I said the guy's full of shit, man. I don't know a whole lot, but alcohol and quantum physics is where I excel. And he's talking out his ass, man. If you look it up,
what is he talking out of his ass about?
I don't know. Like, I've checked it out too, and it's like theoretically legit.
Yeah, I know. I understand the physics behind it, so it's like, what's illegitimate about it?
Well, the thing is that he can't give you any actual points of gravitational pull or any anti-neutron pull. And so from where I'm sitting at is that, anyone who has any kind of contact with anyone who works in quantum physics should be able to at least say, hey, this is how this works slightly, or this is how I believe it works.
That's what he just did.
That's what he just did.
Neutrons and gravity have nothing to do with each other.
Okay, so
Like,
hang on.
What you're saying is totally abstract compared to what he's saying.
Here, put yourself on mute for a second.
Sure.
Everybody. Here, let me break this down for you guys. So what he's saying is that they're using element 115. Once they bombard it with a particle from a particle accelerator. All right, they throw it through one of the just one single particle will go and hit the element 115, and when it hits it, it transmutates, and then it becomes antimatter. The antimatter, when it reacts with matter, it causes annihilation. And when it annihilates it, it explodes, and they use that energy to, in fact, power the craft. That's what he's saying, and that is exactly how, even though we don't actually, the physics behind it, what he's saying makes perfect sense. And I mean, we know that matter and antimatter, when they, contact each other, they do annihilate each other. And if we were able to harness that energy, which he's saying they have a thermonuclear inverter or whatever, with a converter, which would convert it to energy to, in fact, power the craft. And it comes from the gravity. Can you keep yourself on mute for just a second, Robert? The gravity, we have the four forces: the strong nuclear force, the weak nuclear force, electromagnetism, and gravity. And he's saying we're using the strong nuclear force, the gravity A wave. It's being amplified. And so that's the gravity that holds, protons around neutrons and down on the subatomic level, and not the gravity that we feel every day, which is, from general relativity, like the gravity that holds the moon around the Earth, but the gravity on the subatomic level in the quantum universe. You expand that gravity from a single atom and expand it around, you amplify it around the craft, creating this its own gravitational field, this bubble, if you will. So that's like, it makes perfect sense, and the physics match up as long as element 115 actually exists. If they actually had it, of course, they have synthesized it in a lab, but it would take so long to make any viable amount that it's nearly impossible now. So you have to find it naturally, but of course, it doesn't naturally exist within our solar system. But there's nothing that he's saying is about physics that's wrong. I just want to point that out. Robert, go ahead. What are we going to say, brother?
Well, that's just it. Like you were saying, like the type of gravity wave, and that's what he's saying. Like that annihilation energy is used to power the craft, and that gravitational wave that it creates is used to propel it. And there's a section, I don't know exactly when it's coming up. I do believe it's coming up, where he does a paper example. Now, we're all used to the one where you fold that piece of paper and it shows like a wormhole, how a wormhole would work.
Well, stop giving us spoilers, dude.
Well, it's just because I wanted to let it go through, but with some foresight to it. It's a really good example. It's worth paying attention to, so we don't have to replay it. Go ahead, man. But right, no, I agree, like exactly with what you said.
All right, so
wave that's accessible on a really large element that extends beyond the perimeter of the atom. And when you bombard that element with one particle, kind of like what we were talking about before, it goes through a tuned tube, like a very tiny miniature CERN. It serves like a big magnet, holds a particle in the spot it hovers. It shoots and it hits that, it decays, becomes this matter-antimatter reaction. These generators can convert all that energy into power, and then they can amplify that wave that's coming off and emanating from that element. And they amplify it like you would amplify a radio wave. Now, there's no wires in the craft because most likely it was 3D printed. We didn't know about 3D printing back then.
Most likely it was 3D printed. Oh, what gives him the right to fucking say that? I'm just fucking throwing that out there. Is that, does anyone else say that? What gives him the fucking right to say that's most likely 3D printed? Well, I
think it's just a human concept of how they would do.
Like fucking, okay, well, why not say it's injection molded?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why does it have to be 3D printed? Shut the fuck up, Tom, you fucking asshole. Yeah. PM Greenfield was saying, I think these guys, Greer, Delonge, Good, are disinfo sinks that are to somehow help them disclose the technology without facing prosecution for the crimes they committed, keeping secrets. I don't think keeping secrets is a crime, but anyway, let's keep this going.
But not just 3D printing, you know, just the materials, but atomic mining elements.
Can you make sure you guys are on mute, please, Mark?
Consciousness and other types of things can move through those materials to operate the craft. It's really
So they're operating it without buttons.
Right.
They're operating it. So that was one of the things that he said theoretically, right?
Yeah.
Was that there was handprints, and that they
He
were
never said
much
that.
different shaped hands than ours. Yeah. This craft that he had found inside one of these bays in Area 51.
No.
He realized very quickly that it wasn't something that we had created, and that it was somehow another
Mark, can you put
power
yourself on mute, please?
intention that would go through like touch or feel, or the hands would be on this thing, and consciously you would.
That's not true. Bob Lazar never said that, dude. I've seen every fucking thing on Bob Lazar. He never once said that. Joe's an idiot.
Somehow or another control all the various aspects of this machine. Exactly. God, it sounds good, doesn't it? God, I want to believe. So hard.
well. I hope you do, because there's gonna be a lot of stuff.
Well, I want to know what you've seen though. So you've seen this piece of metal. What else have you seen?
Many documents on the studies of these things, and I've seen a lot of the science associated with what the technology is and what it does. Like I could show you if I fold up pieces of paper and stuff what's going on with it, but basically, you know, these craft, you know, when they travel in a straight line, but they're folding space time.
Like in Event Horizon, where they explain it by folding a piece of paper and punching a pencil through it. Do you ever see that movie?
Yeah, it's kind of like that
movie.
but it's more like, you know, here I can draw it for you here. Not that this is, it's kind of like when you have 2 points. You know, we're used to traveling.
This is good right here.
Like that. Mm-hmm. And so when we look up, we see a plane that goes straight.
Right.
But these UFOs fold space-time like this, and so it looks like to them they're going in a straight line. So if you're in the ship, you see that. Mm-hmm. But if you're on the ground, you see that.
Oh, okay.
That's why you see them blink off and on. A lot of those videos, they're on. It looks like they're jumping. It's just because of this.
So they have
space-time,
some way of interfacing with space itself that's very different than our idea of traveling in the linear way from point A to point B.
Space, the fabric, they call it the fabric of space-time because it's like a fabric. It's malleable.
Now, let me ask you this. How often into a conversation do people look at you and think you are fucking crazy when you start talking about this? And how
all the time. Yeah.
All the time, right? But do you ever get to the point where you're like, I don't want to talk about this?
No, because it's I always tell you, you don't know what I know. You know, and there's a lot.
I mean, like, do you ever get to the point where you're like, I can't do this anymore?
No.
People think I'm fucking crazy.
No, because I'm involved on the most important shit I've ever been in my life.
So you think this is like the most important thing you've ever done in your life?
Fuck yeah. Like I have meetings with senators coming up. Like,
do you?
Oh, fuck yeah.
What senators?
I can't tell you.
Damn, it's always, I can't tell you stuff.
I know,
So
because this is some fucking tricky shit.
When is all this going to come out? Like, it seems like this is like eminent disclosure type shit.
Watch what my company does. That's what I'll say.
So what is your company? What are you trying to do?
Well, we created. So if you look at the people involved, we have senior. When you get to the senior levels of government, you're either called an SES or SIS, Senior Intelligence Service, Senior Executive Service, or you're a brass. But either way, the civilians have the same kind of ranking charter that the brass does. So SES 3, SAS 3 would be the same thing as a 3-star general. So that's who these people are around me. So I have the head of the Skunk Works Engineering. I got, you know, a SIS 2-star from the clandestine Directorate of Operations. I have a guy Undersecretary of Intelligence for the Senate Intelligence Committee, and
these guys are retired.
The
quasi-retired.
Well, they all
left.
They are current
public life. They now are involved with what you're doing.
The way they are current consultants to the Intelligence Committee.
Okay,
that's probably
involved in this project with clearance.
They all have their top secret TSSCI clearances. Yeah, I'm the only one that does it on my entire team. I'm the only one that does it. Actually, Lou, that just came out, I hired him away, so he was head of all. He was in charge of all classified operations for Secretary of Defense Mattis.
Yes. Also, I just want to say, Headwork. Definitely send that to me. All right, buddy. Okay, let's keep it going.
So he was what's called a GS-15, right underneath the 1, 2, 3 stars. He ran the Advanced Aerial Threat Program, and it's still continuing to this day, and he's with us now.
Advanced aerial threat. I don't like that. I don't like that term at all, dude. I think that's ridiculous, man. I don't even know why he's fucking using that term, dude. That pisses me off. Let's keep this going. Let's see here.
Now, so the Advanced Aerial Threat Program under the United States government is essentially a UFO.
That's one of the
information gathering and assessment
of all of what those machines are doing. That gives off all these types of effects that people are witnessing. But there's also a very large group of people that have had within government that have had close contact, like hundreds, and it's connected to my group, and there's just more coming in that way. So that program is trying to figure out what those technologies did to those people and how those technologies work, even though it's more about tasking, you know, our assets like satellites and other things to be able to find these things better. But this is different than the Secret Machines book, which is more of another thing altogether.
So is there communication between the United States government and alien life forms?
I personally, I mean, I don't know any of this stuff because I'm not invited to those types of meetings, but I personally wouldn't doubt it. Yeah.
You wouldn't doubt it, but they've never alluded to it or discussed it with you in any way?
Not this group of people, no.
Is there any speculation as to what they're doing?
Resource extraction,
like our like
empire building. I tell people,
sperm, eggs.
No, I think it's I think it's tacos. I think tacos. You know, they're here for the same reason.
That's interesting because that's something I've been speaking about for a long time. Where I think that they are here simply to collect data. You know, and he's saying resource extraction. I think it's more like they're just here to collect just data. As a more, you know, and, you know, possibly, so he says resource extraction. So, you know, they're extracting resources, but not, I don't think like resources like they need fuel or something like that, or tacos, but perhaps just collecting data. Oh, I got a super chat. Thank you, Harry Toe, dude. He can't tell you anything. He has seen your breast. Has anyone from his team confirmed they work with Delonge? I don't know, dude. Do they? Has anyone?
The one guy that just left whatever agency 2 days prior, he was at the press conference for the opening of this, and he was, you know, a part of it. So, you know, at least one of the people that he's referring to right now, I know of for sure. The others, I don't know, but it would only take 10 minutes on Google to find out, really.
Yeah.
Oh, I got another super chat, dude. Fuck yeah, dude. Thank you, sir, Mr. DB Cooper. You're the man, brother.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I never did one of these before. Louis Elizondo, he worked for the DOD, the aerial threats thing.
Yeah.
And he's talked about it in Reddit. Plus, he was on stage that day that Tom presented all the material.
Oh, was he?
He quit the DOD like, I think 3 days before joining Tom.
Really?
And yeah, and he publicly said, I work for the Division of Aerial Threats, Unidentified Aerial Threats. He's basically saying, I work for the Division of UFOs.
Ah, I see it.
Disclosure. Like they did it. They disclosed in the weirdest way, right? So it's like, oh, and Stephen Justice worked for Lockheed Skunk Works. He's like the number 2 over there. If we do have those triangles, if those are real, he helped design them, you know, so.
Okay.
And then if you go to Podesta, I don't know how you feel about Podesta with the other stuff. But
yeah, I know Podesta's really into it, you know, but just like, you know, I doubt that he's got much more access than anyone else. I would see Tom DeLonge having probably more access just simply because of his celebrity than anything, you know.
Mm-hmm. But the guys are real though. The Lockheed guys, the DOD guys, and the CIA guys.
All right, cool. So Harry Toe, did you hear that, buddy? He said he is confirming your question, and
I could put links if you want.
Yeah, if you want to go ahead and throw up links, can you throw? Oh, you can't throw them up on YouTube. You can throw them up on here, and I'll throw them up on YouTube.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Let's keep this going.
He's 100% accurate in what he just said.
And I am
Good, excellent.
I tell people, like, a good way to look at this is, like, look at Syria. And Syria's in chaos.
I just wanted to say I concur.
Having a proxy out there. Now look at the Earth. It's the exact same thing. Different races are coming here, and they're trying to win and against each other.
One
oh
race.
yeah. Different universe we're talking about. I don't know how many. I don't know.
But there's a bunch of different creatures, and they all have the same sort of technology.
Yeah, some are very human. Some are look just like you and I.
Really?
Absolutely, yeah.
Sort of speculation as to why life forms from other planets, other galaxies, other solar systems, different kind of gravity, different environments, would create a life form that's exactly similar to us? Or are they imitating what we look like in order to infiltrate our world and hang with us?
Yeah, that's funny.
I think all the above. I mean, if you look at like Syria, are you just going to say it's only Russia and America there? China's probably there. France is probably there. You know. I personally think the little aliens with the big black eyes, those are.
Nothing is more beautiful than achieving greatness.
Until
you achieve it, dynamic.
PlayStation.
Sony's in on the goddamn disclosure. I'm telling you.
Let's give it a head some.
Yeah. It is what it is. I mean, you look at it, there's a sun. I mean, it's clearly a sun. It has like it's a large circle. It's in the sky.
Actually, you should go back a little
Jack,
bit, man. This is really good.
Jack,
He goes into
hang on a second, man. Hang on. Jack, you would go like you're about to comment in on YouTube, just like you're about to comment. There's a little you can see right next to the emoji, the little smiley face. There's a little money symbol right there, dude. And hey Franco, what did you tell me so? You said I told you so. About what? What did you tell me so? I'm gonna go back up.
He's saying that, but he's not elaborating, and he's talking about, I guess, what Tom DeLonge is saying. He's saying that he told you, he told you, he told you, and it's just like I keep trying to say, be more specific, but he doesn't care what I say.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's talking about.
I'll go drop down in the comments, man.
Franco, what are you talking about? You said you told me so. I don't know what you told me to begin with. Yeah. All right. Well,
he's saying he told you what Tom DeLonge is saying, and he keeps reiterating, "I told you, but not being specific.
I've been telling you for months. What the fuck? What have you been telling me for months? I'm trying to get you to tell me what you've been talking. What are you talking about? What did you tell me for months? Can't you understand that? That's what we're trying to get out of you, brother. What have you been telling me for months? I understand that you're telling me, but what were you saying? What were you telling me? Okay, well, let's keep this going for now until he can tell me what he was, what he's been telling me.
And it has like those little.
You might want to go back a little bit because they start talking about ancient aliens, and I know that interests you.
So you know they have an idea.
Well, we'll just keep it going from here.
Extra planet. They thought in the early 90s, JPL announced that they thought they found a companion to our sun.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, that's fucking radical right there.
Yeah, it's crazy.
No, it's stupid.
Now go to the discovery of Pluto. When did Pluto get discovered? I think you're right. I think it was in the
1930s, you asshole.
About Disney's Pluto.
1930.
Oh, I nailed it, dude.
Crazy shit.
Yeah. So
I fucking nailed it. 1930, dude. Who saw that shit, dude? Did anyone catch that? Because I fucking nailed it.
It's not something you can see with the naked eye. So somehow or another, and nor were those other planets. I mean, you can see a few of them. You can see Mars, and sometimes you can see Jupiter, maybe Saturn, right? Can you see Saturn?
Yes, you can see Saturn, you asshole.
But after that, like they had Uranus. You can't see Uranus.
No, you can't see Uranus.
It's like the one time of, I don't know, every 25 years you barely see it with the naked eye. Uranus? Like last week or something like that.
Uranus
or Saturn? People were at Griffith Observatory. It was like super crowded because of that.
We're not gonna make jokes and shit about Uranus, right?
No.
For months about Tom DeLonge, yeah, but what about Tom DeLonge?
With the naked eye, with the telescope.
Yeah, I feel like you could obviously
go to Griffith Observatory
because everyone does there. There's a bunch of telescopes already set up.
Right, but that makes sense for telescopes. But why with the naked eye?
Because it's one of the best places, closest in LA.
Yeah, LA's weird because of the light pollution, right?
No, so it's a big deal.
Yeah.
That's why when you go to the desert, it's beautiful.
Yeah. Harry Toe, what did you miss? Can you do that again? What did you mean? What did you miss? If you're just telling me about Tom DeLonge, yeah, we already knew about Tom DeLonge months ago. Like I did a video on and I just read an article that he was in on a magazine. I even did a video on it. But yeah. Check your comments on Instagram. Sorry, there's a delay. Oh fuck, Franco. Oh man, I'm so sorry, dude. I have not checked my Instagram since I created the motherfucker. I'm so sorry, buddy.
Use Facebook, everyone, you dumbs.
If you've been sending me messages on Instagram, I'm so sorry, dude. I do not fucking watch Instagram at all. I'm so sorry, buddy. Oh man, I'm sorry, man. Well, anyway, let's keep it going. Harry Toe, what did you miss again? Nothing? You sure you got it? All right. Yes, Pluto's from the 1930s. Yeah, see, that's what I thought, man. I fucking nailed that one, dude. All right, let's keep it going.
Holy bananas! You better check your chat.
Super chat.
Oh, boom! Super chat. Thank you, Jack. You're the fucking man. Love it, James. You're the man, brother. Thank you. Yeah. I have to stop this. Thank you so much, man. Fucking rock and roll, baby. I love it. And Franco, we know you were trying to spell Pluto, okay? All right. Yeah, no biggie, man.
Me too. Like what all the different sounds you can make with your face. They chose your butthole.
What if they just call it butthole?
Yeah, butthole, planet butthole. That'd be just as weird.
I would go there fucking crazy fast. Be the first place I go.
That would be the first place you go. Yeah. Planet butthole.
Yeah.
Do you think that there's life in our solar system?
I do.
Where do you think it is?
Europa.
Really?
Europa.
So you think there's some sort of a primitive life form that's under the ice?
I think there's life on Mars, and I think it's we'll start from. I think there's life on Mars. I think it's small little animals and microbial or insects, shit that's kind of learned.
Insects? Are you fucking stupid?
Which, by the way, a bunch of scientists from JPL found that there was some atomic weapons that went off on Mars because the
No, they did not.
Signature can only happen if you explode a nuclear weapon.
That's not true.
Not like something that happens naturally.
This guy's an idiot.
On the surface. It's interesting. So, where did you read that? Oh shit, that's been all over the place. I forgot the guy's name. The doctor's name. He actually was one of the lead scientists on Clementine mission, which was mapping the moon with JPL. So he's a big time dude.
And he thinks there was nuclear war
on
Mars.
Huge. Well, he doesn't say that. He just says that.
Nuclear weapon exploded
on
Mars.
We have.
Yeah, you know he is. UFO bro.
That the signature of the radioactive activity from this very specific isotope that only comes from artificial nuclear explosion. Something shit. I don't know. That's
so stupid.
Well, I'd heard before that they thought that somehow or another Mars was impacted, that something hit it, like some sort of asteroidal impact, and it destroyed the environment.
I think it's if you type in nuclear weapon Mars or nuke.
Of course, if you type that in, you type in anything, you're going to see what you want on it.
One element of everything that we're doing. Yeah.
So you're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars to anticipate someone coming in, closing the doors, and yet you're talking about it in advance. You're essentially telling strategizing that but you're letting them know that they're going to come and get it.
It's going to be much harder to shut it down when the whole world has paid for it, invested in it, owns it, and
so you're trying to get people to buy things.
I'm trying. What do you mean?
You're trying to get people to buy stock.
Yes.
Oh yeah, right now we're public. You can buy shares of the company. We only put up a very limited amount though. I think we only put up 5 million shares.
So that seems like a lot of shares. How many shares?
I think it's more like 400 billion.
100 million, probably, or something like that.
How does shares work?
Shares, doesn't work.
100 million at $200 a share.
Yeah,
and we wanted to start selling shares.
When you file as a corporation, you can issue shares, and you can sell those shares to people, and those shares have a price based on how you want to value your company.
Okay. So you could have like 100 million shares of Young Jamie Incorporated?
Yep. You sure can.
Okay. And so then the government can't shut you down, bro.
Dude, we got 32 people watching and 32 thumbs up and 0 thumbs down, dude. It's fucking awesome, man. I just want to point that out to everybody.
You guys maybe because you say a lot of bad words.
No. Jamie doesn't.
But we do a lot at the company, right? So we're building essentially a science fiction version of Disney. Okay, so we have 4 film franchises, not all of them about UFOs. One is kind of this Blade Runner all about nightmares kind of thing. One is like an old Amblin Spielberg.
Who's making these things?
Oh, we are.
I mean, who's writing them?
I wrote the first one. I'm directing that.
You're directing too?
I wrote this script and
you multi-talented motherfucker.
Well, look, that's where I'm going with most of this stuff. But the company, I had to get up and get going and set it up and bring in a CEO and all that kind of shit.
It's a bizarre formula, right? An entertainment company that's also gonna
do aerospace and science. But the heart of it is when we do what's called confirmation, not disclosure, confirmation. The heart of it is how do we tell stories that galvanize the human race and let them know a little bit more about what's going on, and how do we present them science so they understand the consciousness and a lot of other.
Look at that, dude! Fucking 3 dislikes since I said that. You dicks.
Those stories and with those science that could change the world, and that's why it's an academy.
Do they have any pickled bodies anywhere?
I believe
formaldehyde.
I believe they do. Yeah.
Believe they do. Nobody's ever told you that.
I believe they do.
You believe they do. You can't say any more
I'm
than
not going to say any more than that.
You said so much.
I know.
Weird what you can and can't say.
Well, I can tell you other shit offline, probably.
No, okay, offline. I can't wait to end this podcast. I find out the real deal.
Don't kick me out.
I won't tell anybody.
Say some weird shit.
So now, fine for moving forward with all this stuff.
Okay. So in the next few weeks, we're going to be releasing the first declassified videos of these advanced aerial threat UFOs. They are current videos that were just caught, and with audio and everything with the people tracking them. And we're going to launch the beta version of the Community of Interest, which is the partnered website that's going to be hosting all this classified.
I call bullshit. How long did it take them to release that secret 60 days from now information?
Right.
We're going to be also doing an experiment with that piece of metal to show the world that the technology is not only real, but it's demonstratable and very much a proof of concept. It's showing you, look, it works. So we're going to build it.
What, dude? What you fucking asshole, dude. Did he really just fucking say that? Look, it's in a video. That's proof of concept. No, it's proof that someone knows how to fucking make a video, you fucking cocksucker. What the hell is wrong with this asshole, dude? Oh my God. Oh, I'm sorry. I know I'm not supposed to cuss, but fucking God, my head hurts.
Because you're a rock star like me, if you were like some sort of a physicist or a scientist, I would listen to you more.
Well, I remember when Elon came out years ago and he started SpaceX, Tesla. Here's this dude saying all this ambitious shit. I didn't buy any of it.
Comparing himself to Elon Musk.
I know, but I'm just saying he's more believable. What's here? Maybe. I think he is. Shit, he's badass. But look at the people. What's interesting to me is you haven't seen who are with. Have you looked at the bios on this shit?
No.
Yeah, you gotta read the bios of the people.
I didn't want to be tainted. I wanted to talk to you.
I didn't want to be tainted.
on my scientific board, advisor board is one of the guys at CIA that heads up the entire biowarfare program and the director of operations at clandestine division.
So all these guys have found you how?
Super chat.
I did something.
This is the way.
Super chat.
I don't see his chat. Oh, UFO bro. Fuck yeah, dude. It just now popped up on mine, dude. UFO bro. Thank you, sir. Hell yeah, buddy. Yes, thank you, sir. You could have put a little message with that too, dude. I would have read that shit out, man. Thank you, brother. I always got to pause for that shit. That's fucking awesome, man. Bernard, don't hold your breath, buddy. It will be a long time coming. Oh, Ken's talking about, because Ken wants the video to come out, and Jason's like, don't hold your breath, dude. Fuck, I'm gonna have to agree with him, man. Edward said I've seen more UFOs than my own cock. Well, you are on YouTube, dude. All right, let's keep this going. Finish this off.
Perpetually fund itself and can communicate and can innovate, all with people that sit under. See, I created a roundtable with engineers, scientists, high-ranking intelligence officials, and some others I can't tell you about, obviously. And in the defense world, it's called stovepiping. So when they compartmentalize a secret, they put them into these vertical categories that can't talk to each other. I created a horizontal structure where all these people in these amazing accomplished positions in government were able to come together at the same table, and they can discuss what we want to teach the world.
He's the great unifier.
But the way to do that is including the public and making it a public benefit corporation. And what that means is we're able to spend money, and it's in our charter, on things that can benefit the world and not just provide a return to the investors. It happens to be extremely lucrative. My engine lucrative for investors and the company. So let's say if young Jamie wants to be a part of it.
Is this a Joe Rogan podcast or Shark Tank? It sounds like a sales pitch.
It sounds like a fucking pyramid scheme to me, dude. Fuck you. Okay, we're done. Okay, I'm not gonna sit here and put you guys through this so you guys can sit there and invest in this fucking failing company. All right. Fuck you, Tom. You fucking piece of shit. All right. I like him. I hope he succeeds in doing whatever the fuck he wants to do. This is just, it's too much, man. All right. Okay. So, all right. So,
final thoughts, man.
Final thoughts, you guys. I want to say, well, Jason is saying it would be awesome, Ken. I want this guy to do what he says he's going to do. But how many times have we heard this same shit?
He lost his mind.
Absolutely, man. I mean, this is how many times have we heard this? This is nothing. This is nothing new. This is nothing. This is not something out of left field. We're like, oh my god, I can't believe this is happening. This is how many times have we heard this?
Jeez,
this keeps happening. It's
better,
become a freaking joke.
You better
now,
do
dude.
something real special. Kyle,
what's up, buddy?
You need to look at your chat.
Super
I'm going to my
super chat.
Oh, Mr. TV Cooper, you're the fucking man, dude. Oh, fuck yeah.
TV's
dude,
on the road tonight.
That's the biggest super chat I've ever fucking had. And that little fucking cocksucker reality shift was talking shit saying, oh, I've donated more. Fucking no, you fucking haven't. First of all, your donation just got beat, you fucking asshole. Just so you know, all right? Because I'm sure his bitch ass is watching this because he's fucking in love with me, dude. I just want to throw that out there, dude. I fucking love it. Thank you, fucking Cooper, you're the man, dude. Oh, you guys don't even know. I don't even know. Alex, I don't even know if you know what the fuck this asshole was saying. He was fucking going off, the little prick. Anyway, final thoughts, people. What are your guys' thoughts, man? Okay, because I'm looking at this and I think.
Go ahead, Sean.
We love you too, buddy. Okay, I want to post a link here that say your name Kicksrog. Am I saying that right?
Go ahead, Sean. Why don't you start?
Sean, go ahead, buddy.
Talking.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Wow. I think that a lot of what he said is very true, but the crazy shit peppered in just messes up the whole soup, man.
Especially with him buying into bullshit. The videos are fake. Look, the proof of concept. What proof of concept? It's proof that someone knows how to shoot a video. That's the only thing. That's not proof of concept, you fucking jackass. I'm just saying. That's not proof of concept. Okay, that's a proof that someone can make a motherfucker. I'll make a fucking video,
really,
put a fucking UFO on it, and say that's proof of concept.
Let's just say he misspoke and he's talking about it's a concept because really it is the concept.
Asshole, right?
And the next stage will be building it. But I mean, let's look past the little stupid idiosyncrasies of a cokehead.
Right? Exactly. Okay.
So let's dig a little deeper into what he was actually saying. I think he's being fed a lot of misinformation, but I think a lot of what he has is real, and I bet you it's more real than we might be giving him credit for.
Probably. Let's go down the line. Am I saying your name correctly? Hey, brother. Am I saying your name correctly? Kicksog? Oh, you're on mute, man. We can't hear you. Let's give him a second so he can fix his mute.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? No.
No, we still don't hear you.
It's real low.
Is it coming through?
Can you hear me now?
No.
You got to adjust your mic gain.
Yeah, like make sure your mic's all the way plugged in. It could have maybe come unplugged, or you go up to the settings on, if you're on a computer.
While he
run your
sorts
mouse
that out.
over the setting. Hang on, I'm telling him how to do this. Run your mouse over the screen on Google Hangouts, then go up to the little gear wheel at the top of the screen, and when you click it, a menu should come down and show you the mics that you're using. Nope, I still got nothing. Okay, well, Kicksog, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Keep working on your mic, and we're going to go down the line and just jump in as soon as it starts working, you know, so we can we understand it. Got you, buddy. All right, so let's go down the line. Gyro, what are your thoughts, man? Last thoughts.
Well, I think that he's trying to make money for his business, for one, and a lot of his points are probably true. There's a lot of technologies out there that do exist that the world should be, you know, given us public. But I think that he's just trying to make money for himself.
Oh yeah, I agree, man. Okay, so it's kind of like a money thing for him. Let's see. Jack the stripper. Sorry, James. Jack, what are your thoughts, brother?
I'm kind of with Gyro there. I think he's a money whore, just like a lot of them are. I think he does have some valid points, but I think a lot of what he's saying is he doesn't really know what he's saying. He's just throwing shit out. But he does have a few points that, you know, might stick, but I think it's more of a
money thing?
Money scam more than, yeah, just a money scam more than anything, I think.
All right, thanks, buddy. Face like
that's my, yeah, man.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah, definitely. He's punting his book for a start. I'd like to know what his religious orientation is for a start. Not to upset anyone, but I think you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, well.
Yeah. I don't know. It's still out there.
All right. Anton, what do you think, brother? All right, you're on your, take yourself off mute, man. Face like a bum, can you put yourself back on mute?
No, so yeah.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
And Jack, can you put yourself back on mute? Oh,
yes, sir.
Did we hear you, Kickskog?
Testing. No, still don't have it.
No, I heard you, man.
Oh, you did hear me.
Gotcha.
Okay, I'll make it quick.
Anton, hang on 1 second. We'll let Kickskog go real quick so we can get his, and then we'll jump back to you, all right?
Roger that.
Go ahead, Kickskog.
Yeah, I don't think y'all should completely discount what he's doing. Like, maybe the messenger is kind of flawed. He's just like us, right? He's just like looking at stuff on the internet. But all the people behind him are real and legit. The Skunkworks guy was like the #2 guy. Like, if they're black triangles, like I said earlier, he worked on the black triangles. Luis Elizondo was with the DOD aerial phenomena, like exotic aerial phenomena or something like that. He's basically saying, I used to work for the DOD and we tracked UFOs, you know? And he worked for them a few weeks ago. That's disclosure, you know what I mean? That's a soft disclosure. Yeah, and I think that's the big story. The government is, whether it's disinfo or anything like that, they're disclosing basically. Like, it's done. It's just done in such a way that you don't even see it. It's really weird. Because as all of us, we've been following this for years probably. They disclose, man.
I see. I like the term that he used there, soft disclosure, you know?
Yeah,
I like
exactly.
this. You know, that's a excellent way of putting it. Excellent final thoughts. And thank you, brother. Anton, you want to?
Thank you.
No problem, man. Anton, you want to jump on here real quick? What are your thoughts?
Yeah. I'll make this short and sweet here. You know, I take classes here. You know, reading body language, and I do see some deception. This is just again my opinion.
Yeah.
But you know, again, he does believe his beliefs, but I think it's money driven. So and maybe for attention too. But then again, that again is my opinion. So
okay. Alex, you on here, brother? What's Alex doing? He's over there in the chat room. You know, Alex, where you at, brother? I see you on here. Alex, I see you in the chat room. Turn to your camera, dude, and then give us your final thoughts on this, brother.
While Alex is messing around, I want to say I kind of agree with the last guy, but I think the reason he was giving off deceiving body language is not because he was lying, but because he was trying to avoid giving out people's name and hard information so people could go find that.
All right. Well, let's let Alex get his last thought in here. All right. Hang on a second.
All right.
All
I
right.
was in the chat.
What are your thoughts, buddy?
About what?
Well, about everything we just watched. What do you think he's doing this for? You know, do you think it's true? What are your thoughts on just the whole thing we just watched?
About Tom DeLonge, man.
Yeah.
About man, you know what I mean? I think it's generally interesting the subject. I mean, he obviously read a lot of books, a lot of videos, like a lot of us did. But I mean, in the interview, he talked about. I just hate that he says that he keeps bringing up that he's connected to all these high people, and then he won't say any names. But actually, he said he could go to his website and you can see everybody that's involved in his website and his what's the little team that he got? It's got like Team Star or something like that, something like that.
Yeah.
So he said you can see everybody that's involved in it on the fucking page. But I don't know, man. I mean, man, bro, it just doesn't it seem a lot like fucking Paul Benjamin, doesn't it?
A little bit, man. A little bit, man.
I think I don't know, man. It seems like why would he be out? Why would they bring him in and then let him loose to talk to us? Why would they do that? I mean, my logical mind makes me think that they wouldn't do that. They're gonna logically tell him some shit that they want him to tell us, right?
Right. I get you. I get you.
So why the fuck are they gonna just take him in and then tell him all the fucking secret shit and then be like, go out, take your ass on YouTube and tell everybody? Does that make any sense? No, it doesn't. I mean,
I get you. Just so everyone,
there's a lot of good tidbits that he has. I mean, about technology and whatnot. But that's, to me, that's something that's already been there. If he ran into it by any chance, it says that you would have to do what he said. He put a lot of thought in all the videos and books that he read it, and he kind of just put theories together and came up with an answer. And next thing you know, he was getting people from the Pentagon talking about getting meetings with him and shit, right?
Yeah.
Crazy,
well,
right?
I know. I understand. So let me give you guys my final thought on this. All right. So what he's doing by starting this company and stuff is a way, one, to get the message out there. The fact is that without having a company for you to do this, you're not going to be able to. You have to invest money into it, and it has to be able to pay for itself. It has to be able to pay for itself. And so I could see why you would do something like that. Two, I could see why he would be able to piece together information to come to a theory specifically, because that's in fact what I do, and that's in fact what all of us do, is we take the pieces of good information and add it together. When you take the pieces of bad information and add it together, well, then you become fucking Secure Team 10. But when if you dig through it properly and you find just the good, tangible pieces of evidence and you put those together, then it helps draw a complete picture of what's happening. And so I believe him on that sense. I believe that what he's doing.
That's one of the best tidbits that I believe in too, because honestly, I believe that that's the best.
Oh, his mic keeps cutting out, man.
Look,
all right.
Let
me finish my thought on this, you guys. Hey, can you put yourself on mute real quick, buddy? I want to finish my thoughts on this. All right.
Go ahead.
Alex, can you put yourself on mute, brother?
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Okay, so and I think that it's I think what he's doing is probably the right thing, and being fed misinformation as like he would be a disinfo agent, I don't agree with. I think that if anything, you know, his celebrity helped him get in and get some contacts. I don't think he's simply doing this for money. Why? Because he's a very wealthy man, and starting up the companies and doing stuff like that. He's not making much money off of this, as he's already an incredibly wealthy man. So running a scheme like this to make money doesn't make sense to me, and just, I think he's trying to do the right thing, but I think that he's not going to be able to provide the kind of evidence that the people are going to need in order to accept this and to change our views on it fundamentally. I don't see that. I see, he's more ambitious than, what probably is probably healthy for him, and because, you can get sucked into this world, and if you don't hold yourself back, you can start falling for shit that's not true, just like he fell for those fake fucking videos. And I think what he's doing is good, and that it needs to be done. And it's that it's probably healthy, and it's probably a good thing all around for the UFO community, and that's my final thoughts on that. But I do want to thank everybody for coming and joining us.
Can I give my final thoughts?
Yeah, no, of course you can't. Shill, I thought I go into you first. Go ahead, brother.
Well, pretty much I'd be repeating a lot of what everybody's already said. Everyone's brought up some really good points, and it goes without saying, the guy is definitely a believer, but I do agree with that money angle and everything like this. I just don't. He deflected too often where it wasn't necessary. There were simple idiosyncrasies in his story, like the thing with Los Alamos with Bob Lazar. He's supposed to be putting his book up and everything like this, and he throws out JPL. But that's a different state, you know what I mean? Right. And little glitches like that. And he did, like, somebody says they study body language and everything, and that's a good point. There's that channel Bombard's body language and stuff, and he did show a lot of deception in his talking. And now, is it with malice? Is it purposefully meant to deceive people? I don't know, but yeah, he's got a lot of money. But with most people with a lot of money, you could always use more money. You always exceed your means. People with money exceed their means, just like people who are on a medium income exceed their means typically. And so, I could see him still doing it as a money opportunity. He found it's a thing that interests him. He's seen a niche that's open. He's in a position where he could throw enough money at something to get it started, but the returns in the long term will far outweigh his initial investments, and it's a good business move, and it does give him better exposure, and it gives him, and if it's something that does interest him, it gives him a platform to get other knowledge. Now, if he is or not, I don't know. But like with his panel there, that I'm sorry, man, about the name if I fucked it up. That he brought up is 100% accurate, and his description of them is 100% accurate. So that's an interesting thing. But I'll leave it at that. Everyone's going to have their point of view.
Yeah. I see someone on here in the comment section. What's this dude, Summoner? I just want to throw this out here. Is he a UFO summoner? I'm just asking, Does anyone know what's up with Summoner? Is he a UFO summoner?
Okay, let's hope not. Hey, if I may say, in regards to the body language thing, in the modern times of the technological age and everybody using cell phones and iPads and all that, we tend to take for granted how our bodies actually speak to one another when we are conversing in person. And I think we need to take that into account when we see people being interviewed or in general just speaking, because the body tends to sing with itself, and we need to. It's an instinct that's in ourselves, and we have to just it's a primal instinct, and we just have to go back to that.
I want to say this about his body language. I feel that any trying to derive any information by looking at his body language is in fact becomes irrelevant due to the large amount of drugs he definitely ingested. All right, so I'm just gonna throw that out there.
I would agree, but I'm just bringing up the point that we take for granted. Well, maybe not we not take for granted, but we're kind of losing that skill on reading people's bodies, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
maybe not us in general in this group here, but it's an art that's being lost.
Yeah, that's true, man. Okay, so all right, you guys. Well, I'm gonna get out of here, but I want to thank everybody for coming and
One more
joining
thing.
me
One more
today.
thing. One more thing.
God damn it, Robert. What?
What the fuck is with all that fucking? What's up with that desktop, bro? Look at that shit. I'm surprised the computer even works.
Dude, I'm a video editor, motherfucker. Wait till you start editing videos, man. All right, you'll see the same shit.
Put it in a file. Put it in a file and work from that.
I need it right on the desktop, dude. I gotta have quick access to it, man. Filing takes too much time.
Just select all of that, put it in one file, and then use
for me, dude. Man, I can't do that.
Have to.
I ain't got time for all that, dude. Okay, I'm moving and shaking. All right. Holy shit,
Just
dude.
keep that window open.
Holy shit.
All right, you guys. But thank you guys for coming and joining me today, everybody. And thanks to everyone who donated. Fucking Alex, thank you. UFO Bro, Harry Toe, Jack, everybody. Thank you guys so much. And I will see you guys tomorrow at 11 o'clock live. And my Igor video is almost done, so it's looking really good. It's gonna be great coming out. So be sure to watch out for that. Make sure you like and subscribe.
You lost sound.
I know I lost sound.
Yeah.
You're gonna look baller as shit if you go and buy my stuff. You're gonna get laid. I promise you. All right. All right, you guys. Thank you guys so much. All right. And I will see you guys in the morning. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Oh, and don't forget, go to the notifications on my homepage and click that little bell so you get my notifications, because for some reason motherfuckers are not getting it, dude, and it sucks. All right, thanks everybody. I'm out of here, everyone. UFO Proof out. All right, bye you guys. All right, what's up, you guys? UFO Proof here. All right, well, we're back. We had a little bit of a false start, but we got it all taken care of now. It should be going live to the public, and everybody should be able to see us on YouTube. So I will go put a link in the comment section on YouTube. So if you want to come and help us review this, feel free. I think we're going to select just a number of people to do the review, and then we'll have an opening for everybody to come on and discuss it. So let's get that let's get the link up and over in YouTube so everyone can come. Well, the people who are designated to come on and join us, and I will as soon as we're up. There we go. Hi, what up, Alex? What up, Sean? And boom, there is the link. Let me go and get one for Shill. Oh, there's Sergeant Shill right there.
What's up?
Hey, what up, brother?
Hey, not much. How you doing?
Good. You okay? So, that's how did you get the link for this one?
You put it in the comments section.
Oh, okay. You didn't give me click on. I see. Okay. Because I was looking at your the app, and it shows that you're on camera. I was like, oh, okay. Well, that's why. I see. So can you guys in there? What's up, Smooth Virus? Golfman, how you doing, buddy? Just got notification on YouTube, Kyle. All right, sweet, man. Hopefully the damn notification's going out, man. What's going on, Harry Toe?
Yeah, I didn't get a notification.
You didn't?
No, not on my phone. No.
See, that fucking pisses me off, dude. Let's like fucking, and they wonder why my views are so low. It's because they refuse to fucking put out, send out a notification to all my subscribers. You know, it's like, what the fuck, YouTube?
Yeah.
And they come to me and they bitch, and they're like, dude, I'm not getting your notifications. What the fuck? I'm like, well, you're not supposed to be fucking YouTube's job.
Yeah.
No fuck, man, you know?
How's my audio coming through?
What's up, Theodore?
How's my audio coming through?
What's up? Oh, that sounds great, man.
Yeah.
You got notified on YouTube? Excellent. What's up, Paul?
Yeah, I didn't get the notification. I have it running on YouTube right now, but I still should have got the notification.
Yeah, you should still got notified, man.
Yeah.
All right. So
that's the first time though. It's usually pretty good about getting me the notifications.
Is Sean getting on here, or is he still we have to wait? Is he still working?
That's right. He said he had to work a later shift or something.
Yeah. Fuck, what time does he work till? 9 o'clock? What happened to Theodore? We lose Theodore?
But he should be all right. I'm sure this is going to go quite a period of time. The podcast of Joe Rogan itself is an hour and 40.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be doing the whole...
No, we'll jump around. I've got some timestamps marked out of interest. Some already like preset, like, you know, like a 4 minutes 35, you know, shit like this. You know, some points, and I'm sure you took some notes too, along with whoever's going to be joining us. So
no, as a matter of fact, I didn't actually get a chance to watch it. I only got the chance to watch about half hour.
Like forced disclosure, and I wasn't looking to be rogue.
You know he's lying because he doesn't say the name of General blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And you guys are doing a kick-ass job, and I would have done the exact same thing should I have been the guy at the top that had to make some really hardcore decisions 70 years ago. So I want to support you. I think people are cynical because there's a vacuum. You guys can't say what you're doing. So coming up with a bunch of bullshit to say, oh, you know, they don't want us to know, or we can't handle it, or it's all about oil and money and all this weird shit. I'm like,
you would put these pieces together independently.
I did.
So based on books that you read?
Yeah, people think, you know, people think that like places like the CIA and the DIA, all these intelligence organizations have, you know, a monopoly on information. They don't. They get their information from the real world too. You know, they do have access to you know, archives of information. They do have access to some amazing, you know, satellite data and stuff like that. But if you're smart and you take your time, you know where to look, and you find patterns, you can pretty much.
Can you pause it?
Kind of, you know, and that's what I did. And
can I just say and ask you do you think he's totally full of shit or just partially full of shit?
That's what I wanted to talk about.
I think that he's telling the truth. I don't think he's full of shit at all. I think he's telling the truth, and he's getting fucking played. And for the stuff that he's like what he's doing, like how this came about, I think he's telling the truth. But the bullshit comes in when he starts trying to talk about stuff that doesn't exist. All right. So he's saying it does when it in fact doesn't. This technology that we know to exist, but I've never seen it and no one's ever told me about it. I just believe it does because I read it in a book somewhere.
Yeah.
That's fucking, you know, well, I mean, this is the problem with fucking ufology, man.
But what if it is real?
Say it again.
What if it is real?
Did you?
One more time, just one at a time.
What does that mean? What if it's real? Like all of it's real, or just the technology's real?
Let's just say the TR3Bs are real, and that he somehow got tangled up with them for whatever reason. Even if he's getting partial disinformation, like Linda Moulton Howe, she has good stuff and she has whacked out shit because of that Doty.
Yeah.
Well,
so what if that's Doty in this scenario?
I think.
What is your question?
I think he believes what he's saying. Okay. I think he's getting a lot of disinformation and bullshit, but I don't think he's getting it anywhere where he thinks it is. I think it's maybe a few people that are off a little in left field that are feeding him some stuff and all that. But he makes constant references to his book and throughout and everything. He's also marketing, man. He's doing it as a business move as well, man. It's a money move. Like, let's be honest here.
All right, let's keep it going. I want to hear this.
So when I picked what I wanted to do, he said, come up and meet me tomorrow. And so I flew up to NASA, actually, NASA Ames, at a 2-hour meeting there. And after 2 hours, that person says, he looks me in the eyes, I'm going to introduce you to someone else. And he did. And so I got on the phone with this person, and this person, you know, go, I'm a skeptic. And then at the end of the conversation, he goes, fly out and see me. I represent more than myself these days. Right. So I definitely have to watch what I say.
We must be in and around the 5:48 mark. He's already starting that deflection.
Yeah, I'm in around 6:57, but he's been deflecting since this fucking thing came on, man. I just this is blowing my mind, man. Let's keep it going though.
You say you represent more than yourself. The team that I'm with. So when you look at the people that are a part of my company, it's Undersecretary of Defense and Senior Intelligence Service.
Well, like that we could see.
Oh, yeah. I thought that you guys would have had that.
Yeah, but I mean, is there like a list where folks can see it online?
Yeah, they can go to thestarsacademy.com and scroll down, and you'll be able to see who they all are. So how did you get linked up with all these people? That story might be a better way to start, because a lot of people don't know this part of the story. I think you're going to find it pretty odd as well. But okay, so we'll back up a couple years. So you know,
Watch, he gets played the same way as Stephen Greer gets played.
And then but we always had a weird
He
band
tells the
relationship
story.
with most bands. And we also thought that we would never be big, so we started companies on the side. And I had a company that incubated a lot of small startups, like software and apparel and hardcore skate surf companies and stuff like that. Well, I learned a lot from that, and I pulled out an entertainment startup called To the Stars, and I knew I was going to be doing kind of like science fiction franchised stories, just like Disney, but science fiction for adults. And what that means is, you know, I make a story, I title it, I brand it, and I put out the book, and I put up merchandise, and I go make a movie, you know, and it's a vertically integrated kind of model. Well, one of the stories I knew I wanted to put out was Secret Machines, which was kind of a historical fiction, but based on real events about the UFO phenomenon. But I also knew that I knew shit.
What the fuck is this asshole rambling about, dude? Get to the fucking point, man.
He's trying to make it so convoluted that you want to listen to the end, even though there's not shit to listen to.
Yeah, the fact is,
Kyle.
So
the fact is, he can't explain how they came to him. That's the truth. He's trying to invent an explanation.
You're absolutely correct.
You know, it's funny that you stopped it there, because it's right around in my notes. I had wrote down in my notes, his deflecting of answers is causing him to bounce all over the place. And you're going to start seeing that, how he skips from bam, bam, bam. And it's just a real interesting tell, in my opinion.
He just keeps saying that you can't answer it, though. So he has to deflect by answering something else.
Yeah, but you know what? I think he doesn't know anything, and he's just been
flew around to places.
Dude, he is geeked out of his mind.
I can't say who they were, but
He did way too much blow before this interview.
So much.
Look at his goddamn pupils. I'm a fucking worthless drunk and a stoner in the wrong. But look at his eyes, for fuck's sake, man. I was laughing so hard about this, I almost pissed myself this afternoon.
Nah.
Oh, you can't tell me who it's
so then I
from.
go out.
Are you next to the Pentagon? So you just flew to the Pentagon?
I flew out to Pentagon City. Yeah. So, dude, this
Were you freaking out?
I'll tell you when I started freaking
What the
out.
fuck is Pentagon City?
Wait, this is nothing. So that started me out near DC, taking some other high level meetings, and there was somebody at a very high level that closed the door, looked me in the eye, and says, "Okay, I'm going to introduce you to somebody." And that person comes to San Diego, puts me on the phone with a general, and the general is listening to my little stump speech about what I want to do with this franchise, because I definitely didn't want to, I wasn't looking to.
Oh,
he's
Jesus
the director
Christ.
of the CIA psychic spy program, but he also has done like really exotic, advanced, forefront propulsion work for the past decades and decades, actually.
All right, so everyone go ahead and turn off your mics for a second. I want you guys to chime in on this. This motherfucker said he's a physicist, and he developed remote viewing. All right, I'm just saying, did he just lose all credibility with you guys like he did with me?
Well,
I don't care.
how
professor of physics, he just lost all credibility. I don't even know the fucking guy.
How put
I only
off
have one thing to
did
say.
how put off did how put off did work with the remote viewing program though?
Yes,
I
he
believe
did.
that's what I'm saying. He fucking lost all credibility with me by fucking saying that, and then saying he's a Nobel Prize physicist. It's like, dude, you're a physicist. What are you doing with this whole remote viewing fucking? I mean, like, he just lost credibility with me. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
and I'm not saying that it's fake. And there's no evidence to suggest that it's out for a reason. But.
You notice how he starts name dropping right away.
Oh yeah,
Yes, I do, and that's what I was saying. You look at him. He's all shifty. I mean, I've dealt with some con men, for fuck's sake. I lived in Las Vegas for fucking a long time.
Oh, he's coked out.
Yeah, this guy here, he's so twitchy that fucking I would not even allow. I probably wouldn't even talk to him, to be honest with you. I would toss him from chains and tell him to fuck off away from my car.
Dude.
But he's so twitchy, and he starts dropping names. He starts fucking stammering and stuttering when Joe Rogan asks him the real questions that really matter. This guy starts backpedaling or sidesteps it. However you want to look at it.
He's
the question, like, well, I don't know about all that.
You're gonna notice he always deflects. He's very shifty. He's all coked out and on opiates, man. You see him doing this body scratches and everything. But anyway, let's continue. Otherwise, we're gonna get nowhere.
Here, let's keep it going, you guys.
Does anybody here remember men staring at goats?
Back on mute, please.
He's the one that actually told me about the redshift. Yeah.
And so they have experienced this physically, or is this just theoretical, or they know that it exists? Like
the technology?
Yes.
I believe that the technology not only exists, we've figured out how to play with it, but I'm not going to really get into that here. What that is what we're doing at my company, though. That is the
and I'm going to shield for yourself on mute, please.
Steve Justice was advanced programs at the Skunk Works, and the Skunk Works are who built, the famous secret bases you hear about. Skunk Works did, the U-2 spy plane, the SR-71 Blackbird, the F-117 stealth fighter, and
it's all Groom Lake out there,
all that kind of stuff. And he literally was in charge of all the advanced programs. So, you got the boss and you got him. And he just finished his career over there within the past 2 months, I think it is. And he was on stage with me when we came out and said, we're going to be building one of these things.
So when you say that all this technology exists, have they explained this to you, or have you seen it physically?
Oh, I haven't seen anything physically like that. I wouldn't be allowed to go anywhere if that does or doesn't exist.
So they've just explained to you that this exists. The hands of the U.S. government?
I think no. I don't want to get into that kind of stuff, but if you don't mind.
Well, why is it that you want to not get into certain things?
Well, I don't want to speak
of it. And then I figured we were going to since we're just going to watch it together today.
Yeah. You give your reaction, almost a reaction video.
Correct. Since we're going to be reviewing it, I'll be able to stop and chime in on stuff like that. Not like it's already scripted out. I'm fucking watching this basically for the first time, except for the first half hour. And I was really tired watching that, dude, but it was pretty good. So, all right, everybody. Well, smooth, you guys. And
don't forget your little lower third there, buddy.
I'm worried about it blocking the screen for people. Let me see.
No, you're good. It'll show. Yeah. You're good. Yeah.
We good? All right, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, let me take a look at it. What this looks like now. I'm gonna get myself up on screen. All right, boom. All right, perfect. Okay, so let's go ahead and start this review of Joe Rogan. All right. Let's see.
Oh, we got Theodore on board with us, Kyle.
I see that. All right.
Because earlier you posted the link for me to watch that video.
Correct.
And I will tell you this, that I wasted 2 hours of precious time in my life that I will never get back.
Tell us how you really feel. Fucking Theodore don't fuck around. He goes right to the punchline.
Yeah, he goes right to the fucking punchline.
It's one.
Oh, dude, your audio is so shit.
Who's talking?
That was Jen.
Oh, Gyro. Oh man, Gyro, you got to change your name, dude.
Nah, you got it.
All right, here we go.
I always love Art Bell because someone will call in and say, "I'm a werewolf," and, and you go, "Oh my, interesting."
Is this right at the beginning?
This line, son of a bitch.
Just let you ramble. Hit time traveler lines. Love that, people.
Loved it. I never.
What's going on, Arthur? How you doing, brother?
So you're obsessed with UFOs, right?
Good, Mr. Proof. Good to see you.
Is that safe to say?
Hey, let's throw on mute, everybody.
Not so much just
Yeah, keep your microphones on mute, you guys.
I don't call them that anymore. We call these advanced aerial threats. They're different, but
threats.
You honed in on a word we weren't supposed to really get into here.
You honed in on a word we weren't supposed to get into. Why the fuck did you say that fucking word, dude? He does this throughout the whole beginning at least, where he's like, I don't want to talk about this. Well, we shouldn't do it. Yeah, you fucking.
The first
sorry.
Do you have a plan?
I have a very long.
It's right around the 4.5 minute. Joe already starts to drill down on him.
Or what?
It's like in and around 4 minutes that Joe Rogan starts to drill down on him right away, man. Like, I mean, he don't hold back.
Well, let's get to it. Let's see.
Okay, what do you want to talk about when it comes to your body?
Well, my body is interesting. It's unique.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Literally could fly around and grab a Coke out of someone's hand and put it in someone else's hand. It's really.
Where are you getting this from?
Well, take a wild guess. Look at the people I'm surrounded by. You know.
So the people you're surrounded by are telling you this? Is that what it is?
No.
Well, I don't want to get into that, but people I'm surrounded with and myself, are very close to this stuff. But the physics, the physicist that's a co-founder of my company, To the Star, he's a Nobel nominee. He wrote the book on plasma physics.
What's his name?
Dr. Hal Puthoff. And he created remote viewing. You know what remote viewing is?